Hey there, I wanted to come on really quick today to talk about a Facebook post I saw recently about money and how someone was spending it. And it just really set me off because there are so many people out there that think their way is the best way with money. And if you're not doing it their way, you're wrong or you're an idiot or whatever. So let me just tell you the backstory. The post said, I know a lawyer, and as you know, most of my friends are lawyers on Facebook. I know a lawyer who made $280,000 last year, but they only saved $40,000. What the heck could they have possibly spent all that money on? So when I first saw it, I thought, wow, who is this and why are they calling somebody out about their money? Like $280,000 a year is a lot of money. And how do they even know what the heck is going on with this? And why are they even posting about it? Well, then I started thinking about it and a few things came up. And I thought, this is really a money mindset issue. In this guy's mind, I think it was a guy, I don't even remember. He thinks that if you make $280,000, you should be saving way more than what this person saved. And clearly he has an issue with people that make a lot of money, because I consider that a lot of money. And so I did some math and I calculated that's about 14%. And I thought, gee, I wonder what the average American saves. Well, the average American only saves $5,000 a year. So this guy saved $40,000. That's pretty good. And so a few mindset issues that came up for me. The first one is, if I'm not saving at least 14% of my salary, which is what this person saved, I must be bad with money. The second one that came up was, if I make more money, I should probably be saving more than 14%, because that's what this guy's saying. So if I'm not doing that, I am inadequate in some area with my money. Then I thought about, well, what about the 80-20 rule? Spend 80, save 20. Well, this guy didn't save the 20. So a lot of things came up about, oh, am I doing something wrong with my money because I am not saving 14%? And should I be telling people to do this or whatever that is? And then I realized, you know what? It is none of my business what anybody does with their money. It's none of that guy's business what this person does with their money. Obviously, they're making $280,000 a year. They're not on any kind of government assistance, which I guess you could argue that you may have an opinion about what people are doing with government assistance money. But he's obviously not on that. So who even cares? Worry about yourself. Worry about your own money. So even if I was worried about somebody else's money, I am sure as hell not going to post it on social media that I disagree with what they're doing. So the other piece that came up was, there is not enough information in this situation to even make an assumption. We don't know if maybe he put the limit on 401k per year is 20 something thousand. Let's just say he put 20,000 in there, and he didn't include that in this 40,000 number this person got. Then he was probably, that's like 24% or 20 something percent, right? So then he was saving 20%. Maybe the person used some of the money to buy a new car with cash. Like, who knows what they did with it? And that is gross pay. We all have to remember that there are a ton of taxes that come out of that number. So that's not what he actually probably had at the end of the day in his checking account. So at the end of the day, that guy's making 280 grand as a lawyer. Good for him. I don't really care what he spends it on, but at the end of the day, good for him. He's making money and he's, spending it on whatever makes him happy. That's all we can ask for in our life, is to do things that we like doing and have resources to do things that we like, right? So I was also talking to someone today about some of the fears that we were talking about lawyers may have with hiring somebody to help them with their finances. And all of this kind of clicked together. Can you imagine? I can't imagine, but I can see this happening. this guy on social media obviously has a strong opinion about what people should be spending their own money on. And if I called up a professional like myself and said, hey, I need your help with my law firm finances, what do you see? What do you recommend? And I was like, what? You only have a 10% profit margin? What's wrong with you? Or what? You took distributions of 300,000? Why do you need to take more money? No one would want to work with me. And I think that there's some fear out there surrounding money, that is what a professional is going to do, going to be judgmental and going to say, no, you're not, you have to do it the way I recommend, or we're not working together. We recently updated some of our referral videos or testimonial videos. And if you want to check those out, I put a link in the comments to our VIP day page, and there's some testimonies on there. Check out Anna's, because one of the things Anna says is you were just basically non-judgmental. I told you what was going on, you helped me, and we went on the path forward together, right? And she said if I wouldn't have been like that, she would not have worked with me. And I have seen the gamut of things with clients, right? I have seen losses for several years, firm owners putting firm expenses on their personal credit cards because they can't keep up with the bills, whatever it is. I've seen all of it, to millions of dollars sitting in their account. They just don't know what to spend it on, or they're scared to take it as a distribution. So whatever it is, I've seen it. And at the end of the day, we're here to help you accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. So whatever that is, if it's having enough money to buy a Jaguar, right? And you're letting it sit in the firm and you're going to take a distribution. I don't care. That's your goal. And I'm going to help you reach that goal through my services. So the other thing this brought up for me was sort of this benchmark thing, right? So I don't know what this guy thought the other person should have been saving out of his $280,000 salary, but even if we, let's say there's a benchmark of the 20%, right? The 80-20 rule. So let's say I approach a client and I said, you know what, your profit margin really should be 25%. That's the standard for a healthy business that's going to have some longevity. The client said, well, you know what, I really want to shoot for 10% this year. I want to do some profit sharing with my employees, or I want to do some bonuses or something, and I only want to do 10%. I'm going to say, okay, we're going to make that happen. So whatever the goal is, I'm here to give you advice. Of course, I'm going to tell you what benchmarks are. Actually, most of our clients want to know what some benchmarks are, so they have something to compare to. But at the end of the day, whatever that goal is, we're going to help you develop a strategy to get there. I am not here to judge what your goal is or why it should be there or what you should or shouldn't be doing. At the end of the day, we're here to help you. So it's all about that strategy. Now, personal finances, my husband and I have a strategy that we developed when the kids were born, that we were going to help them as long as they showed up with their goals. We were going to do whatever we could to help them reach those goals as kids. So we spend a lot of money on kids' activities, a lot of money, but we knew that that was for a short period of time, for 18 years of their life. And once they are gone, we have that resource to allocate elsewhere. So that was our strategy with our kids and our money. So anybody can do whatever you want with your money. And I think posts like that add to the shame surrounding money. It adds to the shame of people wanting to talk about it. And it stops people from asking for advice and help when they really need it. And there really are good people out there that want to help you and aren't going to judge you. So part of what I'm doing in the firm, and a way that I think is really, really going to help attorneys, is we're offering a VIP day. And what that is we're going to spend one day together, a private session, and we're going to look at your finances. We're going to get an understanding of your firm finances. And then we're going to develop a budget for the year, so you have those benchmarks. And then we're going to talk about how you're going to accomplish that and meet those financial goals. So you're going to leave that day with a strategy, with numbers. You're going to know your current numbers. You're going to know your future numbers, what your goals are, and you're going to have a strategy to make that happen. So if that sounds like an interest to you, I included a link in the comments to the VIP day. But at the end of the day, I wanted to go live because I want people to understand that there shouldn't be shame surrounding money. And people like that, it's really not any of their business what you're doing with your money. And we're here to help. So we're here to help you develop that strategy. So I hope this resonates with some of you. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to shoot me a PM and say, hey, Jessica, you're wrong, or hey, Jessica, I agree with you. I'd love to hear that. And I'm hoping that bringing things like this out in the open will help people feel much, much more comfortable about talking about money and asking for advice and input. Have a good night.